Today I want to do a quick channel update on Tarot with a Twist, and it's really around the tarot cards, all of them, not just one. But I'm going to give you an example of what I'm doing. So this is the Fool card, right? And we all know what the meaning is. Very superficial. It's all about taking a leap of faith, trusting your intuition, and so forth, right? Just having a time where you don't worry about anything. Even though others think you might be a little bit crazy, it doesn't matter because you're not. You're doing what the universe is guiding you to. Just take that leap and rolling with it. But those definitions are always thin, what you find online. So I've taken my notes over the last couple of years and started to compile them into articles, which will become a book shortly, or maybe not shortly, but it'll become a book. That's the goal. I've done all 78 cards. So I've done my first pass through on all of them. What I want to share with you is what the Fool looks like in my notes, right? Not online. And some information you're not going to be able to find anywhere because I pulled it from books, I pulled it through videos and so forth. Is steeped in numerology. For example, the Fool here is part of the Aleph. It's the breath of God, the breath of the divine. The Aleph also connects the upper world with the lower world through the Vav. So I also go into numerology with these, a little bit of Kabbalah, not too deep. I go into colors. I go into each of the symbols as well. So let me share with you what it looks like on my Substack page. So if you're a subscriber of my Substack page, whether free or paid, you'll be able to use this resource. And I'll be releasing one card a day is my goal, or maybe two, depending how I feel, to get through all 78. Now, I'm releasing them as I do my final edits. So again, the first pass has been done. Almost everything is there. There's a few gaps I'm now going back and filling in. But let me show you what it's going to look like. Give me a minute here. Okay, so you see here, right here on the side, this is the card. And this is my Substack page. And what I do is, if you're a paid subscriber, you're going to go really deep. But if you're not a paid subscriber, just a free subscriber, wordwithatwist.substack.com, that's fine because you get everything I'm going to show you. And then I'm going to actually show you the whole card right up in this video. So let me grab my little mouse here and we're going to scroll through it. So at first, when you come into this, you're going to see the card essentials, which explains to you the number, which is 0, like I said, the Hebrew letter of Aleph, the unspoken breath, the void that births everything, right? That's the creator, that's the divine inspiration, the spark. I touch on the astrological sign, the element, other names, who it might be, the archetype. It's a seeker, the child, the Fool, the timing for the season, whether it's a yes, no, and then some key words. A lot of this you'll find, some of it you won't. Then I go into the mythology about it, right here. Who it is, a little bit about it, how it ties into the Fool. Then you're going to find the upright meaning, which is in this section right here, upright. And it goes through and explains you what it is, but it adds some depth that you're not going to find on the internet. You'll find it through books. I also just recently added today sections on career and money, love and relationships, if you're interested in that. Because I want to kind of round that out a little bit rather than just being general thing. Now, when I read, I just use the upright meaning, because the question helps define what the actual meaning will be. But I figured some people may be kind of new or just even not new, but if it's something with career and money, this is what it can mean. If it's love, it can mean something like this, right? Whether you're a couple, if you're a single, and so forth. And then for the reverse meaning, I don't go in too deep for the reverse because since you know the upright, the reverse is the opposite, plus this, right? So now this is where the free version stops. So you get, if you subscribe to my Substack, you'll get all of this here for free. Okay. Now, where the magic happens is below the paid subscriber line, which is right here, which you can't see because since I'm logged into myself, you can't see it. So you're going to see what a subscriber would see. You'll see a fast truth. Freedom isn't chaos. It's obedience to your soul's direction without apology. That's what freedom is about. It's not chaos, right? It's doing what you want to do. Beat to your own drum. And then I break down the symbols. I go into what you carry. He has a leather bag. All his past lives and experiences live in this bag. It's not chains, but it's the kindling. It's the fire under your foot that gets that spark to go. And it's not reckless. It's armed with experience and it's unshackled. So the Fool doesn't travel light. It travels free. Then the black wand in the card. So I'm pulled up here so you can see it. The black wand here is what? It's a subconscious mind ready for anything. The white rose right there It could be a lily, but or whatever, but some cards have a rose, some have a lily, so I put down both. But the white here, rose, would be pure love protecting you on your journey to the unknown. And then if it's a lily on your card, it's the innocence and passion elevated to soul level. It's spiritual purity in action. So that's what this is all about. And then to go further, I have a section called the inner compass, which is the dog, which is your primal instincts. I have the eagle, which is freedom incarnate, and the eagle is on the bag. I talk about the 7 golden circles, right? That's the Pleiades constellations. It's a chakra activated. Then we go into the cliff. What that means, the mountains, the 1 foot dangling versus mid step. Now, again, some cards are different. So I have some cards that show the foot dangling off. I show some cards right here where they're both on. So when I did this, I probably should have just looked at the wider rate only, but I used different cards as well over time because these notes were comprised over years. And I just finally decided to clean them up and share them with you. And then you have the yellow sun and then the sunbeam, right? What it means. And then, of course, his posture. Then we go into the deeper truth. This gets a little more into the esoteric part of it, of what it means more than just the face value meaning you see in the books. After you hit that section, then get something how to read with it. How to use the energy. Well, here's a little reading hack, how to do it. And then I have some questions that a person would ask you, and then an answer of how you'd answer that question with the Fool card. And then once you get that, you then go into the combos. So if you have the Fool plus a Tower, what does that mean? The Fool plus Musician. I'm not going to read these to you because if you subscribe, you'll be able to see it for yourself. And the one section I like is the numbers don't lie. And this is where I really jump into numerology. And this is my own spin on things. So I go into numerology and then examples like the Emperor, for example. Then later on, I talk about the Aleph and Kabbalah and what that means. And so I do this with all the major arcana cards. And then even with the minors, I'll have things like this, but it's a little bit different because minors are, so majors are your soul. It's the big things in life, where the minors are your everyday actions, your everyday tasks, your everyday things that you deal with. So there will be a difference between the major and the minors, but this is the major. This is how it's going to look. You'll have journal prompts for mastery, and then you'll have a shadow prompt, and then of course affirmation at the end. So that is what I have been up to. And so if you're interested in checking this out and joining me on my journey as I track this stuff out, that'd be awesome because you're going to learn a lot. Not only that, I've also created something called the Tarot Library. Now we're going to jump into something a little different here. And I have something called the Cosmic Oracle Library. And that goes into different links where you can have the major and minor arcana cards, major arcana defined, different spreads you can use, Lenormand ebooks are available. And if you're a member, a paying member, you can download these for free. It won't cost you a penny because it's part of the monthly subscription or the yearly subscription. It's your choice. You decide which one you want to do. But for example, if you want to look at, say, the, let's pick one. Let's do the spreads, the 5-card word of focus spread, right? I go and explain to you what each position means, how to use it, show the first row, and I even give a reading example below on how to use it. On some of these, I even will do a video, but on this one was a written example. Now, let me show you the other angle I've been doing. If you belong to my site and you say go to the inner path, these are written readings that you have access to part of the reading, but not all of it. Here's what I mean. We'll go to your chaos is your compass. And I do both Lenormand and I do tarot because I really enjoy both. And I'm coming up with a brand new way of reading cards. I'm going to hold off right now, but I'll share it with you shortly where I'm going to do something that most people don't do. All right. I'm going to use the psychological aspect of tarot and combine it with something else. And it's not Oracle. I'll leave it there. But with Lenormand, as you can see, if you're a free member, a free subscriber, you can come in here and see the lesson I have for today. This is all about the chaos is the only compass you need. And I explain how you have the clouds with the ship, the mice, the flowers, and what they mean. Then we jump into the message, right? I try to really go in detail here. So it's not like my YouTube readings with a little bit more light. So in YouTube, what I try to do is I don't like talking a lot. I'm also a published writer and a poet and an author. I do a lot of horror fiction and so forth, flash fiction. So I learned to write really lean. As I explain things online, I do it the same way as I write, lean and quick, in and out. So I don't have 20, 30-minute readings because I think it's a waste of time. I don't want to babble like I'm probably doing right now for y'all. I try to keep things concise and to the point. And that's why I call myself Tarot with a Twist, because I don't think I need to really just go on and on about something. Now, here in the readings, same thing. I try to keep it short and concise and with real insights that you can use today. Then I say, what does it mean? How to read the message. That's how I actually read the Lenormand reading up above. Then the invitation. So again, if you're not a paid subscriber, you wouldn't see this. You would see the reading in full, nothing cut out. So I'm not like hiding anything. You get the entire reading. But then below in the invitation, this is where the magic happens, right? A truth to remember, some bonus journal prompts as well, some reflection prompts, and then some steps you can do. For example, write down one way you've already grown from this challenge. What's the challenge? You have to go read the reading, right? So these are some of the things that I'm doing in my Substack page that you're not going to get on YouTube. So if you enjoy the way I read my tarot cards, oracle cards, Lenormand cards, I think you really are going to enjoy this Substack newsletter. And again, it's free or paid depending on what you want to do. Another thing I'm going to be doing on this channel, on this Tarot with a Twist Substack, I'm going to go back here to the library. And I'm going to try to create like a wiki. So for example, if you're going to go major and minor arcana, you can click on that. And then what you're going to see is an introduction to the major and minors with different areas you can click on. Again, I'm starting to flesh this out. So as I get more deep into this, it will be a lot more content for you to consume. It'll be free and paid, but the pay is going to go deep like I showed you on this full card. It's going to go really deep. But on the minors, I haven't got it up here yet. I talk about, the 4 suits. This is all free right now. So you can come here and check it out. I have videos for wands, cups, swords, pentacles, mastering the 6 of pentacles, because there's a spin on this card that most people don't talk about. So I can't even find it. Let me see. Okay, so everybody reads this card as being fair, giving fairly. You have enough, so you give other people a fair share of what you have. You're being, what's that word for it? Prosperous, and you're giving with heart of love. For an example, I'm kind of tongue-tied here right now because this is a thought I wasn't even thinking about. But in the 6 of Pentacles write-up that I'm going to share later, I'm doing the major arcana first. I hit the minors on the newsletter. If you look at this card too, what else do you see? Well, he's also giving you just a pittance of what he thinks you deserve. So it's not really given with a heart of fairness. It's almost like he's wanting people to see what he's doing. Here I have the scales. I'm fair. I'm balanced, but I'm only giving you what I think you need to deserve. Not a penny more, because I'm your God, for lack of better terms. That's a different take on the card. Not a lot of people talk about that. And then you throw numerology into this. What do you see? You see a 5 and a 1. So this person can be ruthless with the 5 because his possibilities will only be what he allows you to have. That's a completely different way of looking at this card that I share. And again, these are from my notes of the past. And the upside down, of course, won't share at all, which we know. All right, so continue on down here. You can see I have the suits, explain what they mean, the playing cards and so forth, some tips on how to read the card and so forth. So this library over time is going to become rich and filled with a lot of depth and meaning for you. Also, these are on YouTube too, some of the stuff, my library. So if you want to come here and check it out, these are all the tarot deck reviews I have done. I'm a little tongue-tied, so sorry about that. Lenormand, Oracle, and I'll do more. So as I continue to do deck reviews and so forth, I'm going to also share them here. And what I'm doing differently is on this website, probably going to share the embed from YouTube on here rather than just upload independently, because I don't think there's a need for that. I think it's a waste of time. And one more section I want to share with you is this. So you do realize that I sometimes do also share the readings from YouTube on here as well. With videos that I'm sharing also, I'm adding something different. It's right here. They're scheming, but you're still untouchable. So you see how it's embedded right here in the page from YouTube. But what I've done was I not only share the video here that you see on YouTube, but I give us some extra depth, which you will not find on YouTube. So here I talk about strategy behind the shade, behind this reading, behind what's going on. And then when you scroll down here, again, I have a paid subscriber section. So then I go into, again, some journal prompts, some actionable steps, your next move, and so forth. So this is what I'm trying to do to add value to the subscribers if you decide to join. Also, if you are a subscriber, I offer 25% off all my paid readings, which you can see right here. So if you're curious about what I offer, I have the message of the day, a 1-question reading. I have a 1-question reading that is in a writing form versus video form. A mini cross tarot spread, a Celtic cross, a Lenormand 5-9, 5-9, 5-line. And then if you want help, I also will help you with your reading. So if you say you have like a 3-card spread and you want to get a little deeper insight or want help with knowing how to read it, you would then share with me a picture of your cards, the question, your interpretation, and I would then bring up a camera and then explain that a little bit more in detail for you to help you out with it. And again, they're unlisted on YouTube, so nobody can see it, only you, because you have the link. Now, I'm even considering changing that to like more of a real-time type of a reading where not only will you have the video, but if you hop on, say, Zoom or something, I have not figured this out, but hop on some platform that we can then go real time with face to face, and I'd probably be more expensive than $40. But the point being is, if you're a member, I do offer 25% off the price that I'm sharing here. So that's just some of the things I've been doing. That's where I'm going with the website here, the Substack page, and as well as my tarot channel on YouTube. And one last thought is, if you ever have a certain theme or topic you want me to read on for the collective, let me know, because I'm interested in that. I don't know what you like unless you tell me, and I'm willing to read for you because you have been with me for a while, you subscribe to me, you follow me, and I so much appreciate that. I want to give back. So if there's a certain thing you'd like me to read about, a current topic, a current event, let me know, because I also do those political readings from time to time. Anyway, that's the update I want to share with you. I have nothing more to say, and thank you again for joining me. And again, don't forget to check out my wordswithatwist.substack.com. And the reason why I changed the name right here, as you can see, Words with a Twist to Tarot with a Twist, is because I started off having my fiction writing and my poetry on this, and I thought that doesn't make sense. It used to be called Word with a Twist with the Tarot. I decided to take it away and just have the strictly focus on tarot, hence Tarot with a Twist. And because the name Word with a Twist already was taken, I didn't want to change because it'd be kind of hard to change everything on social media and stuff. Anyway, I'm Kev. Thank you for seeing me. And again, hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button, and also check me out on my Substack and subscribe there as well. And until next time, I want to see y'all in my next video when I do it. All right. Bye, everyone.